Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Josh back again with another video. As you can see from the title, I lost my job. So I lost my job about a month ago at this point. I was working as a collection specialist at a construction job. So I've been working there at this particular job since I moved to Atlanta in 2019. So I had that job for about 16, 18 months at this point. So, long story short, it happened on a Friday. I mean, they always get rid of you on a Friday. Anyway though, so I log in that morning, hop on my laptop because we've been working from home since March, obviously because of the pandemic, so everybody's been working from home. And, from the upper management, our collections team has been doing well. So, even though the other departments got cut and, marketing got furloughed and a few other departments got furloughed as well, our collections department relatively stayed untouched. So, I had no reason to, fear for my job, because they kept assuring us that we were fine. And I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. So it happened on a Friday, like I said. I clocked in that morning to look at the accounts that I need to call customers that are delinquent on certain invoices and stuff like that. But I noticed that the queue where all the accounts are held was empty. So I'm like, okay, that's a little bit odd, but all right, no problem. So I decided just to go check my emails that I got from the day prior, just to see, what fires need to be put out or whatever. So I spent about an hour going through those emails, responding back to, whoever needed to respond it. And then I was like, okay, let me go back to my queue and see if it uploaded and see if I can start calling customers. So I went back to the queue and I noticed that it was still empty. So I'm like, okay. So I emailed my supervisor. I Skyped her, Skype message, and she didn't answer. So I'm like, okay, let me Skype one of the other supervisors and maybe she knows what's going on. So I Skyped one of the other supervisors. Let's just call her Janice. I'm not going to use real names. So I Skype Janice and I say, hey Janice, there's something going on with my queue. I'm not seeing none of my account. So she's like, oh no, don't worry about it. We're just doing some moving around and stuff like that. We'll get it fixed for you in a moment. I'm like, okay, no problem. So about 20 minutes goes by and my regular supervisor, let's just call her Tasha. Tasha was like, hey Josh, I'm going to Skype you in about 20 minutes. I said, okay, no problem. So in my head, I'm thinking that, she's gonna give me an update on what's going on with my queue. Maybe she moved some accounts around. Maybe she gave me some of my other co-workers' accounts or whatever. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So 20 minutes goes by, and we Skype and stuff like that. So instead of me being able to see her visually, she just had her profile picture up there. So I asked her, I said, oh, are we not gonna do this face to face? She said, no, we're just gonna do voice chat. All right, no problem. So, so I greet her, I say, hey, good morning, how you doing? She says, oh, I'm doing well, and says good morning back. And she said, hold on 1 second. So the screen splits in half. So her profile pictures move to the right of the frame, and then I see another profile picture pop up on the left of the frame. And the person on the left, we're just gonna call him Jeff, and it happens to be Jeff from HR. So I'm like, okay. So Tasha starts talking. She said, hey Josh, I brought Jeff on here so we can both talk to you. We want to talk to you about your position being eliminated. And I need to ask you 3 questions. So I'm like, what? I'm saying, whoa, hold up, back up. You want to ask me 3 questions, but you just told me that my job got eliminated. What do you mean my job got eliminated? So she was like, well, the organization has decided to go in a different direction and it decided to eliminate your position, and I need to ask you 3 questions. So I get upset because I'm like, you're not telling me nothing. You keep saying that you want to ask me 3 questions and the organization decided to go to a different direction. What do you mean the organization decided to go in a different direction? I was informed by you guys, the management, that our department would not be touched and we don't have to fear for our jobs. So I'm like, why did the organization decide to cut my job? I said, is it something that I did or what is it? She said, no. It's nothing personal that you did or nothing like that. It's just that we decided to downsize and your particular position was one of the positions that we decided to eliminate. So I'm mad as fuck right now at this point because I'm like, yo, it's the middle of the pandemic. It's 40 million people unemployed, and you're telling me today that even though I didn't do nothing wrong, you're gonna let me go. And she was like, well, yeah, we decided to do that. So I just need to ask you 3 questions. I'm like, okay, Tasha, you're irritating me with this keep having to ask me 3 questions. So I said, yo, ask your questions. She's like, okay, no problem. So she asked me, oh, please confirm your phone number. Please confirm your email. Please confirm your email address. And I'm like, okay, why do I have to confirm this? What is this for? She said, well, I need your phone number so you can talk to Jeff in HR for any further questions you have. I need your email address so we can send you your severance pay package. And then 3, I need your mailing address so we can send you some boxes so you can mail back your laptop and any other equipment that belong to the organization. So I'm like, so I even said that, before I even thought about it, it came out of my mouth. I said, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're letting me go in the middle of a pandemic and you want me, and you think I'm really worried about sending back your laptop. I'm like, that's the last thing that's on my mind. So she's like, oh, I understand that it's really tough and, it's a really tough situation, but, our hands are tied and nothing we can do about it. So I'm mad as hell, but I'm like, you know what? There's nothing I can do about it. So I was like, okay, Jeff, what is this severance package that you're offering me? Oh, okay, Mr. Manson, we're offering you, 1 month's pay. I'm like, 1 month's pay? I'm like, are you kidding me? 1 month's pay? I said, what am I gonna do about my bills? That take care of October bills, but what about November? What about December? What about everything else? I don't know how long it's going to be before I get another job. I said, why would you just drop this on me? And he was like, well, we know that is unfortunate, but, the best we can do is 1 month's pay. So, long story short, that whole conversation basically go nowhere. Both my former supervisor and the HR person were very, very cold to me, and they offered like no type of real explanation on why my job was eliminated. So yeah, so here I am. That happened about a month ago at this point, and I've been going back and forth in my head about what am I going to do about money and stuff like that. So it's been very nerve-wracking this last month. But I have decided, I decided about a week ago that I'm going to take this time, in between jobs to really work on, my real estate business. I've been wanting to get into real estate for years at this point, but I just couldn't really figure out an entry point into it. I started doing some research, and I found out that a lot of people, with little to no money, got into real estate by doing wholesaling. So basically, it's just buying people houses for the low, and then flipping them over to a real estate investor who will buy them for a marked up price. So here's an example. I find somebody's house, I get it under contract for $30,000. I take that contract for $30,000, and I find an investor, and I'd be like, hey, I got this house located in such and such. I'm looking to sell it, and I want to sell it for $50,000. So the investor would be like, okay, I'll buy the house for $50,000. So the investor, I sign a contract with that investor. The investor gives me the $50,000. I go back to the original seller. I give them the $30,000, and I keep the $20,000. The $20,000 markup for myself. So by doing that technique and doing it over and over, I can make a lot of money. Eventually, I can make enough money to where I can buy a property straight out, an investment property for myself. So I decided to go that route. I've been working on that business for like the last week and a half at this point, and I'm very confident that I can definitely make something happen. So I'm definitely going to document my process through that. So definitely stay tuned for that. But also, a quick update. It's not all bad as well. I did manage to get another job last Friday. I got a call from a company that's actually willing to pay me $15,000 more than what I was making at the old job. So I'm very thankful for, getting the opportunity to get this new job. So, I'm not worried about cash anymore. But at the same time, I'm not going to lose focus on working on my real estate business, because even with this new job, they can call me on a Friday and cut me loose, the same way that my old job did. So, the best thing is always have multiple streams of income. And like I said, this is the first time I ever been let go from any job in my life, and I've been working since I was 16. I have never been fired. I always left jobs. I never was the one to get fired or let go. So this was a first for me. So it was scary because, like I said, it never happened to me before. But I have new confidence in myself, and I'm going to make my real estate business work. And I'm definitely going to document that to show you guys that anything's possible if you put your mind to it and hard work. So that's my video. I appreciate you guys listening. Definitely like and subscribe to my page. I'm definitely trying to get my subscribers up. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So please help your boy out with that. And like I said, stay tuned. I'm going to be documenting my process of working through my real estate business. Peace.